Hey, friend, Chris here from Logic Pro Rules, the website and channel that helps you get the most you can out of Apple's Logic Pro. Today, we need to discuss the latest news and update from Apple when it comes to the AirPods Max, which I'm wearing right now to both illustrate and celebrate. Okay, so I know this is out of left field here for the channel, but this is actually a really cool update, especially for Logic Pro users looking to get into producing and mixing in spatial audio in Atmos. If you missed it, Apple dropped a recent firmware update for the AirPods Max, the USB-C version, which allows you to now enjoy lossless audio and low latency audio when connecting the AirPods Max to a relevant Apple device, such as your iPhone, iPad, or Mac. So you use the included USB-C cable, as you can see right here. You connect one end to the AirPods Max using the right ear cup, the other end to the relevant Apple device, and boom, now you get to enjoy 24-bit audio at 48K sample rate, no lossy codec. But not only that, you get to enjoy immersive spatial audio, personalized spatial audio if you set up a personalized spatial audio profile using an iPhone with a true depth camera. And you get to listen to millions of songs on Apple Music, both in stereo and spatial audio, play games, and just boom. You get to listen in the way that it was intended to be heard by the creator, right? So you get to listen to the audio without any lossy codec in between, no compressed files. It's pretty cool. So all of this is already pretty cool, but why this is relevant to you, the Logic Pro user, is that if you've been looking to get into spatial audio, into producing and mixing in Atmos in Logic Pro, but you kind of been like, I don't know. I don't have the money to afford an interface and 12 speakers and a space to set this all up. And I like to use a set of headphones, but every time I use my studio headphones and listen to the Dolby renderer or the Apple Spatial Audio renderer in Logic Pro, I get no sense of stuff around me. You maybe have been hesitant to take that leap into this brand new world of audio. That's where the AirPods Max come in. Now, if you take a look across the AirPods lineup, the AirPods Max is the only headphone from Apple that you can connect directly to a device and enjoy lossless audio and low latency audio. And this is probably good timing on Apple's part because there is probably a number of users out there that were kind of questioning why the AirPods Max still exists, because they weren't enjoying the same updates of health and hearing and conversation awareness and these things that were really cool. But now it's clear AirPods Max is the device for, I would say, the audiophile, but also the audio creator. Again, as a Logic Pro user, why should you care about the AirPods Max? Well, because they're the only headphones around that allow you to create and mix with personalized spatial audio and head tracking with low latency 'and high audio fidelity. So you can seamlessly record and mix in Logic Pro in a spatial audio project, and you don't have to worry about compromising the sound or compromising the experience of creating. To get started, all you need is the AirPods Max headphones, the USB-C model, of course, the included USB-C cable that you connect to your Mac, and a Mac that's running Sequoia 15.4, so the latest version of macOS. From there, you open the Logic Pro project, go to Logic Pro Audio Settings, and set the output device settings to the AirPods Max. Then, when you open a spatial audio project in Logic Pro, you can go to the native Atmos renderer and then select between the various versions of the Apple Spatial Audio renderer. This includes the Apple Spatial Audio renderer as is, so without head tracking or with head tracking, as well as your personalized spatial audio rendering, once again, with or without head tracking. Now, I do think this is a big level up for Logic Pro users looking to get into spatial audio, and here's why. If you've ever checked out the spatial audio projects in Logic Pro in the past with a studio pair headphones, so you connected your headphones to your Mac or to an interface and you're moving stuff around with the surround panner, you're using the 3D object panners, you're listening with the binaural rendering, and you're getting nothing. You don't get any sense of stuff above you, to the sides of you, behind you. I can empathize because it's really hard to figure out what's going on in that environment, especially when you don't have a set of speakers in a room to be able to compare against. And in my own tests, in my own trials of trying to get started with Atmos, I actually went to the Apple store and I checked out the AirPods Max and AirPods Pro and all the other different models. And I actually purchased the AirPods Max, the Lightning version, prior to this USB-C version. And the reason I did was because it gave that immersive sense. It was like, whoa, this is crazy. And then when you could use head tracking and be able to turn your head and just be able to say, yeah, okay, I can hear the guitar behind me. You can move your head up like this and be able to hear this sensation of stuff moving around you. That was a huge lift. That was like, oh, okay, yeah, now I'm starting to get a sense of stuff around me. Now, this might all sound good in theory, and you might ask, Chris, well, how does it actually work in reality? Well, it works exactly the way that you would expect it to. You can listen with the spatial audio renderer, as well as the personalized spatial audio renderer from Apple, and you get that sensation of stuff around you and be able to turn your head and be able to hear that things are, sticking in place in relation to your head. And then I've also tried recording with software instruments and audio-based tracks as well. I played guitar through the amp designer and played along with drummer, and it worked out fine. I had no problems. I set the buffer size to 32 samples. I made sure that there is as little latency as possible, but as long as the headphones were connected to the Mac, it was A-okay. So if you're down with the AirPods Max USB-C model, how do you get started? Well, first, you need to update your AirPods Max if you haven't already. And the way to do this is already outlined on Apple's support page, but you'll want to make sure that your iPhone or iPad or Mac are updated to the latest version of iOS, iPadOS, and macOS. So this would be iOS and iPadOS 18.4 and macOS 15.4, so Sequoia. From there, make sure the AirPods Max are connected to the device using Bluetooth and that Wi-Fi is enabled on your iPhone, iPad, or Mac. Then connect the USB-C cable to the right ear cup of the AirPods Max and the other end to a charging port or a charger. And Apple recommends that you keep the AirPods Max within Bluetooth range of your device for at least 30 minutes for the update to occur. Now, you can actually encourage the update along if you go on your iPhone or your Mac or iPad and select the AirPods Max and disconnect the device. Then in Bluetooth settings, just reconnect the AirPods Max. Upon reconnecting, this actually encourages an update search, but once complete, under the AirPod Max on your device, you should see firmware version 7E101. And boom, you're ready for lossless, low latency audio with Logic Pro. And don't overlook the personalized spatial audio portion because you can tune Apple's spatial audio renderer to your physiology, to your head and your ears and the way that you hear the world. All you need is an iPhone running iOS 16 or above and an iPhone with a true depth camera. And you're able to create this personalized spatial audio profile of yourself. You just go to settings, and right there should be an option that says personalized spatial audio. And you just follow the on-screen prompts. You just want to hold your iPhone with the front-facing camera on the screen towards you. And you want your iPhone to be about 12 inches in front of you with your face, your head in the center of that frame on screen. And then just slowly move your head as it prompts you to, so you can get all angles of your face for your personal spatialized audio profile. Once complete, your personalized spatial audio profile will be available for you to use across your devices. You just do it once and you can listen with the AirPods Max on your iPhone, your iPad, your Mac. It's applied across devices. And now you can enjoy personalized spatial audio with head tracking, lossless audio, low latency audio with Logic Pro while you produce and mix. So I think the AirPods Max update is pretty freaking cool. I hope this video was helpful for you, and I'll see you for more later this week. Talk to you soon. Take care.